Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe for more video content. In this video we'll be doing a review of Alton Towers. Before I get started, I'd like to just make it clear that I tend to hold Alton Towers in quite high regard, and it's a park that I've been going to for years. So it's one of the things, the reason I've been quite critical of it on this channel is because it should be much better than it is. I've been kind of upset with some of their ride removals, and I appreciate the rides they've been getting rid of haven't been world class, they haven't been stuff that will necessarily be missed, but it is stuff which soaks up people, crowds, and it means you can possibly get on more rides and stuff like that, and attractions. It's just, I prefer having more stuff to do than less, quite frankly speaking, and it's something that Alton Towers could rectify. They could build some more rides and attractions. Obviously, I do appreciate that they are limited in what they can do with the height limit and stuff like that, which means Alton Towers needs to be pretty innovative, needs to think outside the box, which in fairness, you can clearly see they have done in the past. They are usually a park which builds the world's first, or like something which is at the cutting edge of technology. I mean, we know the fact it does with everything, that it is kind of becomes, outdated and stuff like that, but it's a small price to pay for several years of being pretty awesome. So that's how I'm coming from with this review. It's like I have Alton Towers on a bit of a podium. It's probably why I prefer Thorpe Park, because Thorpe Park kind of had this development shoot which was just amazing, kind of came out of nowhere. Whereas Alton Towers has always been a very established theme park. I mean, it's a very beautiful, massive theme park, and it just maybe should be a little bit better than it is. But let's get to it. Obviously, they have a great wide selection of roller coasters. Obviously, they can't build anything too high, so again, they have to be creative with what they do with the space, and that's not only in terms of land, but in terms of the ceiling they have. And you get things like Nemesis, which is probably one of the best rides in the UK. Not only is it really well themed, not only do they actually make it where their solution to the problem of the height actually works in with the theme, but it also makes it just one hell of an intense and fast-paced ride. It's just brilliant. Obviously we have things like Oblivion. Now Oblivion actually has probably one of my favourite parts of the entire park, with the first drop, perfect placement, theme and stuff like that. Awesome, really fits in. I've recently just done a Smiler review, so I'm not going to go into Smiler too much, but I think it's a reasonably good ride, and definitely something that the park could do with. I think it's a really good fit for the park, but I'm not sure how much I actually like it as a ride. It's just one of those things. It's not my sort of cup of tea, if you like. Obviously, the park is now massively lacking in sort of thrill rides, water rides, stuff like that, since they've removed things like the log flume. I mean, I know that Submission and Ripsaw would hardly huge attractions, but as I said, they're the sort of thing which people queue for, and those people aren't going to be queuing for other rides. So I always prefer, quantity, especially if it's mixed with some quality as well. But it's one of those ones where, it's a shame. I'd like to see Alton Towers start to really invest in the park again and just build some of those attractions back up. Obviously, the park is somewhat expensive. Most UK theme parks are. It has relatively good food options all around. Plenty of food places to eat. Obviously, lots of outside places, lots of open spaces, lots of places to sit down and rest. You can happily, if you like, cut through the gardens to get to for the Forbidden Valley section or such like. It's pretty open as a park, wide footpaths. There's not many hills or anything like that, or stairs to ruin accessibility. And also, don't forget, there's also some transportation you can take inside the park as well if you do have mobility issues. It's a sort of park which I think is good. As I said, I kind of have it as a very high pedestal. Obviously, the hotels are amazing, they add to it. It's one of the things, nothing is better than staying in the hotel and getting early ride times. And I've done it before where I've managed to get on Nemesis 9 times before the park's open to the public. It means you don't need to go on it for the rest of the day. And it's something that I would love to do again, but possibly won't. Alton Towers is the sort of theme park which is good. It's really good. As I said, I just think it could be better. I think they could add or reintroduce a couple of thrill rides, maybe reintroduce some really unique and interesting ones. I also think that maybe a couple of the rides do need to maybe be given a little bit more care and attention and stuff, little points here and there. Obviously, there are a few things I'd highly recommend doing. Obviously, Wicker Man and the Spider are going to get huge queues. Try and get on them either as soon as you can or during where most people traditionally have lunch. I would possibly recommend, especially if you go to Alton Towers, like I've been before, missing the entire kind of like Rita and 13 kind of section. As cool as they are, they're kind of out of the way, and yeah, they're nothing particularly special. It's a sort of park where I'd also recommend you don't need to take the monorail to get to the front gate. Walking is a good idea, you can get around by it. It takes probably about the same amount of time, and you can factor in queuing and stuff like that, especially on busy days. You'll probably save yourself some time. Highly recommend booking tickets in advance for Alton Towers, and just generally trying to make the most of the day. If you need to get fast pass as well, this is a sort of park where you might need to take the hit on that, I'm afraid to say, and just get it. I would also say probably just to avoid any of like the games and stuff like that. And if you have time, if the weather's nice, Battle of Galleons is an absolute must. You will probably get utterly soaked, but it's good fun. Like really, really enjoyable ride. One of the few rides there which is actually really interactive and just generally really, really sweet. So pretty much Alton Towers is, in my opinion, a bit of a 7 or 8 out of 10 sort of park. It has a lot going for it. It has some solid roller coasters. It's a beautiful, picturesque park. It's massive. It has lots to see and do for all ages and stuff like that. But I just feel that they could still add some more attractions, still develop and improve the park a little bit more. Anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.